I would like to say good day to our Madam Chang Yuk Min, who gave us a lot of guidance in preparing this oral presentation. Let me introduce myself. I am Nur Atika binti Nazwan and my registration number is 01DKA20F2044. I was the speaker one in my group of this presentation. Okay, as you guys can see on the screen, our oral presentation topic is drugs affect your whole life. Introduction. Drugs have different effects depending on the drug itself, the person taking it, and their surroundings. Learn how your body processes drugs and about the short-term and long-term effects. Taking drugs can affect not just your physical and mental health, but your whole life. Just one pill can kill. Each drug causes different physical reactions depending on the type of drug. Some will make you feel more awake, alert, and energetic. Others will give you a calm, relaxed feeling. Some alter your perceptions and can cause hallucinations. Others may make you feel numb. Long Long-term use and larger doses have negative effects that can seriously harm your health, even cause death, including disease risks from sharing needles and permanent damage to the brain and other organs. Is it true that the drugs affects your whole life? The answer is definitely yes. The drugs affect your whole life in many ways. Drugs don't just affect your physical body and health, they can affect your relationship, financial issue, employment. Okay, first I will begin by explaining how drugs affects relationship. A relationship can be very difficult when your partner is on drugs. Drug addiction is far more common than many people think, whether it be to illegal drugs like cannabis or cocaine or prescription medication use that has become out of control. Drug addiction is a disease and living with someone under its shadow is hard. A drug addict may become obsessed with their addiction and any relationships are bound to take a backseat. Spending others in pursuit, taking and recovering from the side effects, drug addicts are not easy to live with. There may be trust issues too, as an addict will go to any lengths to fund their habit, which often may include borrowing money or even stealing from their partner. Someone who is taking drugs may behave erratically and he may never know what sort of mood they are going to be in, walking on eggshells and tiptoeing around their partner. It's common for someone who is in a relationship with a drug user. Anger and violence can become concerns as a relationship deteriorates. Other than that, the loved one may begin to develop trust issues due to the due to per, due to the perceived lack of respect, honesty, and loyalty. Addiction strains relationships no matter which person in the family has the problem. It doesn't matter if it's a parent, child, spouse, or sibling. Every member of the struggles alongside the addict to an extent. Living with someone in active addiction is a daily challenge for everyone in the home. Family members also respond in different ways. Some step back from the family unit to avoid engaging with the addict. They don't want to involve themselves with the chores that comes with addiction. Some take on the opposite role, influence or control the addict into stopping or getting help. Others ride the middle line and try their best to blend in. Second, I will talk about how drugs affect financial issues. The reason why drug addiction and money problems go hand in hand is because drugs cost money. Although this may be common knowledge, people may only think of the short-term costs of drugs as their dependency develops. They may not think of the accumulated costs until they find themselves in a tight financial situation. People don't normally plan for these future money problems because they don't normally plan on becoming addicted. Addiction is a long-term disease. Addiction is a long-term disease that intensifies over time. The longer the person's substance abuse problem persists, the more of a tolerance they will develop and the more drugs they will use. Because that person will always require more drugs to experience the same effects. The amount of money they spend on their addiction will continuously increase. Although the direct cause of drug abuse may be clear, there are other ways addiction can indirectly cause financial problems. The physical effects of drug abuse often prevent individuals from completing basic tasks. Third, I will start talking of how drugs affects your employment. Responsibilities like going to work, paying the bills, or taking care of the kids could all fall through the cracks when a person too are centered on their next fix. If a person goes to work under the influence of drugs, they may struggle to fulfill their obligations and cause problems. They could lose their job as a result and struggle to support themselves and their family. Even if this does happen, they will most likely continue to use drugs and spend money on their addiction. A person addicted to powerful painkillers or illicit drugs like heroin will at the same point find it difficult to maintain their responsibilities. A hallmark of addiction is that it disrupts a person's life in what are often profoundly serious ways. An individual might refrain from abusing drugs when they are on reduced physical or cognitive function, also hallmarks of substance addiction. People addicted to drugs might find it difficult to get to work on time or manage their moods and irritability. Without treatment, addiction is a progressive and chronic disease. In time, it can impact a person's job performance to the point that job loss becomes inevitable. Did you guys know how drug use can affect job performance and cause you problems at work? Okay, let me tell you. First, poor performance. Second, inconsistent work quality, lack of concentration and focus, decreased productivity or erratic work pattern. Third, poor judgment. Fourth, no regard for your safety or the safety of others. Fifth, erratic behavior. Sixth, borrowing money. Seventh, customers and co-workers start complaining about you. Eighth, inappropriate personal appearance. All these factors suggest that there is something negative going on in your life. All are factors that can lead you to being fired. So guys, the conclusion is drug use and addiction cause a lot of disease and disability in the world. Recent advances in neuroscience may help improve policies to reduce the harm that the use of tobacco, alcohol, and other psychoactive drugs impose on society. Taking too much of drug, including prescription drugs, can result in an overdose. Each person will react differently, but death can occur in same cases. Even if the person recovers, there can be permanent damage to their body. Not everyone who tries drugs will become regular users, and not all regular users become dependent. There are many factors involved and it varies between people and drugs. Using a drug regularly can lead to tolerance. Your body becomes used to the drug and needs increase, increasingly larger, larger doses to achieve the same effect. Regular use can also lead to dependence, where you need the drug to feel good and function normally. Dependence can be physical, psychological, or both. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum, and how are you? I hope all of you are feeling on top of the world. My name is Zaim Helmi bin Ahmad Sharifuddin and my registration number is 10DKA20F2064. So today I'm going to explain or interpret about how drugs can affect our whole life, and I would like to propose three of my points that explain about the impact of drugs to our life. So the first point that I would like to explain is increased risk of vehicle accident, because when someone use illicit drugs or misuse of prescription drugs, it can make the driver driving a car dangerously. Therefore, driving after drinking or under the influence of drugs will make the driver exposed to traffic accident. In addition, marijuana is the drug most often linked to impaired driving. Thus, there are some effects of marijuana on driver, including an increase in lane weaving, poor reaction time, and altered attention to the road. So, can you imagine when someone die in car crash because of drugs or alcohol? So, his or her family member will lose their hope and 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 the place to rely on. So that's one of the consequences of drug. Second of all, I would like to talk about poor time management. Time management is a crucial part of human being. Unfortunately, a good time management is a very difficult to facilitate. As you guys know, drugs are a huge distraction that draw one's attention away from their occupation and studies. This is because drug has a negative impact on health or functioning and may take to the form of drug dependence. This is why a lot of drug addicts tend to waste their time and disregard their own responsibility. Last but not least, I want to talk about physical and mental health. So, drugs can be dangerous to our life. So, I would like to emphasize the chronic use of some drugs that can lead to both short and long-term changes in our brain, which can lead to mental health issues, including depression, anxiety, aggression, hallucination, and other problems. One of the example of drugs that I can tell you is called as LSD, that can cause user to see images, hear sounds, and feel sensation that seem real but do not exist. It also will increase our blood pressure, heart rate, and also body temperature. So to sum up all of my point, I would like to give a conclusion that I really insist all of you, regardless youngster or elder, to avoid or stay away from drugs, because it can harm you and will ruin your life. It's not even your life, it will ruin your family life and other people life. That's all for me. Thank you.